Hello viewers, you are at my YouTube channel and I welcome you at the YouTube channel. I'm your host Sushil Shalot and as ever I am back with my new innovative, interesting, useful and interactive video. Now when I speak about all these four words, these are not mere English. As we proceed with this video, you will come to know about it. So in this video, I'm going to talk about VLOOKUP and match nested together to create a good bonding resulting into a useful output. So now what do I do or what do I intend to do in this video? Let me begin with. So here I am interested being an Indian in the game of field hockey and Tokyo Olympics is about to begin in couple of days from today. This is the schedule of the field hockey wherein the mains from 6 countries each in Pool A and Pool B will fight or will tussle with each other in good sportsman spirit. So with this, it is quite difficult to watch out how this timetable can be read out. It is little tedious for a person who is interested in knowing or in seeing typical matches of his or her interest. So how do we go ahead with this? So let me go and give you a good demo of how VLOOKUP and match can be used in this concern and be creating a good database or an interactive database for a user to watch the matches of his or her interest. So as you see, I have tabulated the details of the countries which are being playing hockey or which have qualified to play hockey in this Olympics, which has already got delayed by about a year. So in Pool A there are 6 countries and Pool B there are 6 countries. Here in the column K, I have created a drop down for Pool A and Pool B. And how did I create a drop down? Let me give you a demo here by creating another drop down. So I went on to the data tab, picked up the data validation. Data validation, I chose the list. In the list, which cells are to be selected? I selected those cells and said enter, enter, and the drop down got created. The same way I'm going to create the drop down here in the cell L2. And how do I do that? Watch it on the screen. So there it is. I have chosen these countries here and I have created a drop down here as well. For the pool B, I'm going to choose the countries and create the drop down from the concerned countries. I'm going to choose the source. Here the 6 countries have been chosen. The same 6 countries are again tabulated here in the row 11. I will choose them and create a drop down for them as well. So here I am with the basic inputs which are required. I will choose one of the countries here, Argentina, and corresponding country in pool A over here will appear in the drop down. So if I opt to choose Australia, there it is. In pool B, I can choose the countries which are of my interest, say Great Britain here, and some other countries, say Netherlands here. So in this way, I can choose the 2 countries which will play against each other in the pool matches and re reveal the tussle results. So I cannot choose the same country as Australia here and Australia here because it will be nonsense, a same country playing itself. So in that case, there has to be some kind of error or instruction here instead of the date and the time that error should perform. So you can see this, the same thing I have done here. So Argentina will not play Argentina, so that cell is blackened and in the background there is a text no match. So now I am very much ready with the inputs wherein I can go ahead and use the VLOOKUP and match function nested together. So how do I do that? Let me give you a good demo here. So I'm going to use here VLOOKUP. In VLOOKUP, what is to be looked up is the lookup value. So the lookup value here is the first cell here. Where do I look it up? So I'm going to look it up over here into this area. So I have chosen the array. The next thing what it requires is the column index. So I'm going to use the function match And with match, what is required first thing is the cell to be looked up. So now I'm going to choose the lookup cell as L2, that is what I have selected. And now where do I look up? The lookup array as ever. For match function, I have separate video for index and match, and I've explained match function there very well. You can watch that video. But just for your information, I'll again repeat. In match function, you can either choose a row or a single column. So it cannot be multiple rows or multiple columns or a matrix of columns and rows. Second thing, the column or the row whatever is chosen in the array should match to the nesting function. So here I have chosen for the match lookup array from cell B2 to cell H2. Fine. So with that choice, I'm going to say comma. The next argument what it requires is either exact match, less than or greater than. So I'm going to choose exact match, and exact match is represented by 0. So there it is. I put in 0. I close the parenthesis or the bracket. Next thing what is required in the VLOOKUP, the next argument will be the range lookup, either true or false. False represents exact match and 0 represents false. So I'm going to give here 0 and close the parenthesis. Done. I'll enter, and there it is. I see India versus Australia match will be played on 25th of July 2021 at 18:30 hours local time. So let me go here and cross check. So I'm going to choose this row for India and the column which represents Australia. And as soon as I choose that, the intersection represents the cell D5, that is 25th July 2021 18:30 hours. So that is how I have done. I have used the VLOOKUP here. The same way now what I'm going to do is I'm going to choose the VLOOKUP values here, VLOOKUP and match function values here, and create the required output. So I have chosen for VLOOKUP, I have chosen the cell K4 as a lookup value. The table array I'm going to choose here from cell B12 to cell H17. Once done, the next thing what it requires is the column index number. So the column index number I'm going to define with match. So match will search out for the cell lookup into the given array or defined array, and that will reveal the row number or the column number. In our case, it will be the column number. So again, I'm going to use the lookup value over here from cell M2, and what should be the array here is nothing else but from cell B2, sorry, cell B11 to cell H11, that is the range I have chosen. As already explained, it has to be a single row or a single column. So I have chosen here a single row, so it will return a column number for the VLOOKUP. Fine. The next thing, as I explained earlier, we need exact match represented by 0. I will close the parenthesis. For the VLOOKUP, again, the next argument is the range lookup. Again, I require the false value or the exact match here, so it is represented by 0. So I give 0 here, close parenthesis and say enter. Very good. So now I have made it quite possible to choose a country name from the drop down, and corresponding match details are revealed in the cells which have got the functions of VLOOKUP nested with match. Friends, up till now we have created something that is out of our interest. It is informative here. Rather than scrolling through the complete timetable by using this Excel output, we get the information handy and easily available at the discretion of the user. This is certainly a useful output for the people or the viewers or spectators who want to either go at the stadium and watch the match or watch it over television. So it is useful. Now let me come to the last part, that is interactive. Now if someone wants to see a typical pool A match or a pool B match, so one can choose the pool A or pool B from here, and correspondingly he can go to the corresponding choices of the country name, and as a result rip out the date and the time of the match. Well, now as I already said, if at all I choose India and India as required ones, there it is, the outcome comes as no match. Certainly this is informative and interactive, so no efforts are required from the user of this Excel. The Excel will reveal all the resultants which are required. Well, now, as already I had here, say India versus Australia, or say India versus Argentina, or India versus New Zealand. So whichever is the match of the interest the person can find out. Well, these two cells are of no use to us right now in this tabular format. So I'll just go there and darken it so that the viewers will not get confused with these two cells. Now, if at all I want to see a typical single match or a single permutation and combination of two countries playing a single match. How do I do that? So I already created the drop down for hockey pool A and hockey pool B. Now I'm going to add something to this. I'm going to nest it with the if function. So I'm going to put up if function here, and with the if function, what do I do need to give here is if at all this cell is equal to, say, this cell, then what? The first thing in the if function is return the value if it is true. So now we want to return the vlookup and the match function value, that is the date and the time of the match, and there it is, it will reveal the output. But well, when it is false, what do it do? So here it should return a text lookup for pool B match. So this text is what it should return, and with this arguments, that is value if true and value if false, I'm going to close the parenthesis, I'm going to complete this and say enter. So there it is. So when here the cell is saying hockey pool B, certainly India and New Zealand don't represent pool B, and so if at all a user chooses this value or the countries which are from pool A, it should return a message like look up for pool B match. And well, here are the pool B countries, and so it will return the pool B outputs or the resultants. So if someone chooses by mistake a pool A country here and a pool A country here, it should say look up for the pool B match. Well, and what happens if I go over here and choose a pool A? There it is. Now it reads out very clearly that India and New Zealand both belong to Pool A, and so the match between India and New Zealand will be played on 24th of July 2021 at 10 a.m. local time. Well, so it becomes foolproof now. If at all the user opts to select wrong options here, it will not give the wrong outputs. It will continue to give the correct outputs. The same way now in this cell, I'm going to nest up the if function with already nested VLOOKUP and match function. So this is the third function from Excel. And now here the logical value. If this cell is equal to, say, pool B, then the VLOOKUP should and the match nesting should return this value if true, and if at all it is false, then what it has to say, lookup for pool A match. So if at all by mistake the user chooses the wrong countries, it should not reveal wrong outputs. So now as you see, when the cell here is showing hockey pool B, it is revealing the date of the two countries which are chosen from the drop down for pool B. So here the two countries have been chosen as Belgium and Netherlands, and their match is going to be played on 24th of July 2021 at 11:45 the local time. Fine. If at all I go here and I choose Belgium versus, say, Canada, there it is on 29 July. It will reveal the value, correct one, as per the schedule. If at all I again change over here pool A, certainly now Belgium and Canada not belonging to pool A, the match between Belgium and Canada returns as lookup for pool a match. So now here one has to go to the first choice. Either he has to or she has to choose the pool from which he or she is interested to know the match schedule, and then choose the corresponding countries. So now you must have understood how it has become interactive. So unless the user gives the correct inputs, Excel will not give the wrong outputs. So corresponding to the inputs, corresponding outputs will be given. So in if at all someone is not having this schedule in front of him or her, say suppose this is not available, then certainly with only this tally a person can choose match of his or her choice, and this becomes very useful, handy and interactive. So friends, I hope with this simple example, which was an outcome of my interest, that is hockey, which is going to begin on 24th of July 2021, certainly I'll enjoy the game. But well, along with the game, I hope you have enjoyed this video. You have learned something that is very much handy and worthy for you to apply in your corresponding applications. I have given you a simple example of a sport and corresponding match schedule. You can use these applications in your own fields of interest or of your profession. May it be commerce, maybe engineering, maybe medical, or maybe research. It may be wide range of professions where you can apply these learnings. I hope you have liked this video. Certainly it was very informative. So please register your likes at the YouTube channel. Share this video with your friends, colleagues and anyone who you feel should know about it. If you are new to the channel and if you are not subscribed it till now, make it a point to subscribe it, and no doubt keep following my channel for all further videos of your interest. Share knowledge, it grows. Help in sharing knowledge, it will help you with a return of extra knowledge and your skills which shall get upgraded, upskills, and your competencies shall grow. With this, I'll say goodbye for now till the time I return with my new video next time. Stay safe, enjoy. Bye bye.